Yes, this nice AI voice to remind us all that we're being recorded. So if anyone switches on their cameras, please we're reminding you to please be dressed decent or at least wear some clothes in case your camera pops up. All right. So without further ado, we're going to be starting the Global Game Jam Malaysia. Welcome everybody. Thank you for coming during these trying times. This is the 12th year that we are running Global Game Jam. We have been actually there. I think there's been 13 Global Game Jams. Malaysia, together with Buzz, we started on the second year in Cyberjaya with I think about 20 people. And at one point of time, I think our highest number of jammers was about 100 and 130 or so. I can't really remember, like a few years back. And then of course COVID happened and everyone went to hiding. So this year we're happy to have the number that we have this time round, because I know it's a busy time, everyone's working from home. So yeah, to allow us to welcome you to this year's Global Game Jam. So before we go on, we would like to thank all our partners, not sponsors, non-sponsored anything, hint hint, right? But we have partners in the form of UW Malaysia, and the Gamers Guild of ICT also contributed in the panel talks. This whole event is organized by a few bunch of us. We're all volunteers. Basically, no one's being paid, or no one that I know of is being paid. All right. So it consists of myself, Buzz, Jonathan, and Kai. Right. This is our Discord handle. So for anyone that needs assistance over the course of this Global Game Jam, can look for us there, right, in the Discord. We also have guest speakers coming up across this week, because since it's a 10-day thing, we thought that why not make it a little bit more value added by also having a series of talks. We have people like Sean Beck, Hafiz, right, Changzen, Ludwig, Deborah from IECT, who will be interviewing streamers like Aluna Yuki, Wan Hasme, Shai Kurubu, Stephen Bones, and everything. We also have some others like Sophia Aslan, Chanze, Lydia, Johan Lim, and Shen from UOW to come and speak on various topics that might be interesting to some of you. It's like across 10 days, maybe take a break and then listen to some talks and then go on, right? Right. So first of all, I'm going to start by introducing, sharing you the itinerary and how this whole thing works. Right. Some of you are veterans at game jamming. Some of you are very new to this. In a nutshell, Global Game Jam is an annual event. Always happens at the end of January. Usually it's 2 days long. This time it's 10 days long, right? But so it's a little bit more casual, but we also hope to see maybe more interesting things form in that more there's more time to work on more interesting projects. So it won't be such a hectic rush, right? And also we're doing from the comfort of home. So at the end of this 10 days, every team should more or less have a game. The idea of it is not to have a finished, polished game, but it's to have fun collaborating with people that you maybe just met and creating something that previously you would never have thought you would have the time to create. All right. So how we're going to start? We are over here now. This is the Jam itinerary, which is also available on the Facebook pages. Hold on. Yeah, it's on on the Facebook page and Discord. We are starting now. This is the keynote and team review. And then what we're going to do today is this is the briefing session. Then we're going to listen to the keynote. The keynote is basically provided by the Global Game Jam, like the committee, right? And they'll be announcing the theme of this year's jam. Then the idea is we will be using that theme to create a game out of it, however we want to interpret it, right? So usually there are two groups of people that join the game jam. There are people who come with pre-formed teams. It means they have friends that they want to come together and they want to jam together. Whether they maybe they live in the same place or they work in the same office, they come already pre-formed, right? Traditionally, we do a random name generator penalty for them, but for this year, we decided to make it opt-in. Next year, we are reinstating it. All right. So for this year, a bit more lax lah. So if you want to, we can opt in to randomly generate a name for you. Personally, I find it actually helps in coming up with ideas, right? But we leave it optional this time round. So later, after the keynote, we will be running this session for those that want to. So maybe if you're okay with this, the team leaders that already have their own teams can just type in the chat room and we'll take note of that, right? Maybe Thomas, if you see anyone who wants to opt in for the random game name generator, right? Just take a note of it, right? So the preform teams, after the keynote, once the team is announced, the preform teams actually can start jamming already. We'll be providing some pitch slides, a format where, and then what you do is you download you fill in the format, and then you post it in the Discord, in the ideas channel, right? This is so that other people can see what kind of project you're working on, right? And if your team is open to recruitment, other jammers who came as individuals can maybe hit you up and say, hey, my name is so and so and so. I'm a programmer. Could I join your team? I think your project is quite interesting, right? And if you're okay with it, then that new member can join you, right? Otherwise, if you're happy with who you already have, then you can just jam on, right? For those who are individuals, individuals will be pitching their own ideas, right? So today, after you hear the theme, right, you spend some time to brainstorm with it, come up with some ideas that you can cook up depending on the theme, and then you fill up the pitch slides as well, and you post it also in the ideas channel in Discord, right? I'll show you the sample of the pitch slides. Then other people can check out what ideas are being posted up, and then they can also like message you and say, hey, I really like your idea. Can I be a part of your team? Right? So that's how we'll be forming teams in this online kind of scenario, right? Now, tomorrow, it will be where everyone will be talking to each other, right? So you need some time to think of an idea, right? Then when you have your idea, you put up your speech slides, people have checked it out, you have decided like what kind of projects you want to work on, right? Communicate with the idea owners and then form a team. You can also offer your services to existing teams and jam with them, right? So you don't necessarily have to be someone that comes up with the idea. You can just volunteer yourself to any team, depending on what kind of manpower they need, right? Inform the admin team and that you've joined that specific group, and we'll create a channel for you, right? And then you can start jamming already. Right? So is everyone kind of clear about the formation of teams here? Right. So after this I reiterate, after the keynote, those who have teams can start already, right? And those that do not have teams, spend some time first tomorrow for the whole day. Just go and message people and then look at their idea slides, see which idea appeals to you, and offer to join them, or you can go and recruit people for your own project. Okay, I'll show you the Discord in a bit. Now, next up, we have this is the pitch slide folder. So let me just show you the pitch slide since we're here, right? So the pitch slide looks like this. It's inside Google Drive. So remember to please duplicate the file, right? Don't overwrite it with your idea, right? So we just need a game title here, your name and Discord ID, right? Then just type in a channel name that you prefer and we'll create it for you, right? Preform teams that when you registered, right? Some of you came as preform teams. We've already created some channels for you, which you can already move in and use, right? We need an elevator pitch, so which is basically 1 or 2 sentences to describe the game. These are some references that Buzz has found. They all should still be around, right? And then whatever, if you have like photo references or mock-ups or sketches, right, put them over here so people can see what kind of game you'll be working on. Basically, is to help with the communication, right? And then an overview of the gameplay or anything additional that you want to put down, right? Mechanics, features, content, so on and so forth. Just put it in this slide itself, right? And do share what kind of manpower you need, right? One pixel artist, programmer, what kind of programmer do you need? Music composers, right? Sound engineers, just designer. So just take down what kind of expertise do you need. But I do hope that you're open to recruiting more people, right? Because some people maybe they have a skill set that's not necessarily what you need in the beginning. but do maybe try to find a space to if they like your idea, see how they can join you, right? Because the idea of the game jam is not competitive, it's collaborative, right? And so you want as diverse a group of people working together to create the craziest things, right? Okay, so this is the slide. Now back to this here, right? So remember, go to we'll post up these links afterwards, right? We'll make this slide available as well. So you can go grab this pitch slide from that folder, make a copy of it, and then when you're done editing your copy, share it to Discord. Now, moving forward from there, next Wednesday, we'll have a midpoint meetup. This is optional, so if anyone who wants to just log in, hang out, update us about what's happening, or show any work in progress to anyone who is around, this will be like a small mini hangout, lah, right? And the finale will be on Sunday, 3 to 5. So at 12 o'clock, right, we need you all to start submitting your games, uploading your games to the website already, right? You'll have to upload it to, correct. So later on, Jonathan will be sharing a little bit about like our Global Game Jam HIO. Is it a page? Yeah, it's a grouping, basically, right? And then 3 o'clock, we will be doing presentations in the finale. So for the presentations, right, we'll give you another slide format just to keep it simple and straightforward, right? And hopefully you can prepare a short video of the game. Right? This is to prevent sometimes, there's a lot of us, right? Sometimes when you play the game live, we have issues with lagging or some sort, right? So preparing a short video is the best way to go about it, right? Then during because the 10 days, right, we'll also be having some additional what we call bonus rounds, which are workshops and talks and like sharing sessions that might be useful for some of you. If you know someone that will benefit from it, do share with them as well. On Friday, which is tomorrow, I'll be doing a small crash course on using Renpy for anyone who's absolute beginners in it, right? You want to know how to make visual novels using this software. There's a workshop for you, right? It's a short 1 hour plus workshop, right? And on Saturday, we also have 2 panel talks, right? The first one will be all work and no play for students, especially, or those who are entering the workforce. So they're preparing for internships. What are the expectations and realities of working in the game industry, right? It's either you have rose-tinted glasses or you've heard nightmare stories about it. So maybe we can hear from the perspective of a few people who've been working for a short while or just joined the industry. How do they look? How do they view it, right? And then at 4:30 to 6, we have Twitch and Twix. Basically, Twitch streamers, Malaysian Twitch streamers will be sharing their journeys in streaming. We have a few, some might be familiar with some popular people here. Wanasme, Stephen Bones Everything, Iluna Yuki, and Shai Kurubu. So they'll be talking about their journeys in streaming. This is organized by IACT's Gamers Guild, and it will be moderated by 2 of their Gamers Guild members, Ludwig and Deborah, right? So if you want to find out how to get started or what they've gone through, this will be the panel for you, right? These are all free, by the way. Let me just invite 2 more people in, okay. And then on Sunday, we have 2 more panel talks. The first one is Game Jams and Beyond, moderated by Buzz. We'll have Sean Beck from Weird-Works, Hafiz Asman from 7-Bit Games, and Chang Zhen, who's also known as Akira Assassin. Right? These are pretty veteran game jammers, and these are people who not only game jam, but when they're done game jamming, they will bring their game to the next level, right? And a lot of them actually release their games as well. So this panel will be moderated by Buzz, and he will be interrogating them and finding out their secrets of success, right? How do they generate ideas? How do they come up with the momentum, and how do they keep going on, right? If any one of you knows these people, you will know that they're very, very driven individuals, right? And on Sunday, we will be having a game design talk, which is focused on building game worlds, moderated by Thomas himself, and featuring Lydia Ho, Shen, and Johan Lim. Right? These are all different perspectives. So Lydia is from Metronomic and formerly from Kurechi as well. She builds game worlds. that you would enjoy. Shen also worked on a few local projects in Malaysia as well as a writer and a game world designer. And Johan is approaching it from a more academic perspective, right? So having taught the subject and so on. So if you're interested in writing and developing game worlds which are convincing, this will be the session for you, right? 4:30 to 6. These sessions are normally 1 hour long with some Q&A, so they are 1.5 hours, right? Yeah. So keynote. Now we're going to watch the keynote. Do let me know if the sound got anything wrong, but we've hopefully fixed everything already. Give me a moment. Okay. Everything okay, right? Okay.
Hey Global Game Jam, I'm Will Goldstone from Unity, and I've been with Unity for a long time, since 2011. That's maybe too long. Anyway, many things have changed in the games industry since then, but one thing that doesn't change, that's really, really cool, that I love, is that every year there's even more games to play made by many creators just like yourselves. At Unity, we believe the world is a better place with more creators in it, and the Global Game Jam offers creativity in its purest form. It's a time and a place where people can come together and make something real. New creators can learn to make their very first game, and experienced folks like many of you can learn a new skill or simply try out an idea that you haven't had time for before. If you choose Unity for your project, aside from our incredible community of people there to back you up, there's also our Discord server, where we have a dedicated channel full of resources to help you along with Global Game Jam. So enough waffle from me, go and make something that you love, because that's all that really matters.
Hi, I'm Kate Edwards. I'm the Executive Director of the Global Game Jam. And whether you're new to the Global Game Jam or you're a veteran of the event, I would like to welcome you aboard to Global Game Jam 2022. You know, it's been another year of ups and downs and starts and stops, but our collective passion for games and game creation has persisted because here we are once again ready to take part in the world's largest game creation event. And so, every event has faced challenges during the pandemic. The Global Game Jam is certainly not alone in that. Like many other events, we've had to learn how to pivot and keep evolving and how we organize and how we deliver the event. But, I'm frankly just super excited that we're here and that we're still able to do this in whatever format you happen to be in. The Global Game Jam's mission is to empower individuals worldwide to learn, experiment, and create together through the medium of games. And to that end, I would love to thank and appreciate all of our sponsors who generously support this mission. And obviously a huge thank you to our amazing volunteers whose talent makes Global Game Jam possible. The executive committee, the regional organizers, the site organizers, the streamers, everybody who lends a hand to help out, no matter if you're in a live site, a virtual site, a hybrid site, any of you who have volunteered any time whatsoever, thank you so much, because truly this wouldn't happen without you. And I think what's great about it is it represents the biggest power of Global Game Jam, which is about you, the community. So we are so glad that you're joining us, whether you're at a live site or virtual or hybrid, whatever the format you're doing this year. Thank you so much for choosing to be a part of this community, and thank you for supporting each other as we all hope for better times in 2023 and beyond. So I ask you to stay vigilant, stay safe. We hope you have a fantastic Global Game Jam, and we cannot wait to see the amazing games you're going to create this year. Thank you.
Hello, brave game jammer. I'm Tanya X Short, the captain of Kickbox Games. And I love jams because we can make whatever we want, right? We don't have to do market research. I don't have to pitch anybody other than my collaborators. I don't have to have a budget. It's just me and these people I love working with, and we make whatever is exciting to us. We get into the flow of creative collaboration, and that's probably the best feeling when it works. So here it goes. My advice, solid advice, my tricks to winning the game jam in your heart. One, know what your goal is. Are you learning something new? Are you innovating? Are you making something really polished? Decide very explicitly before you start what kind of thing you want to do, like why you're doing this, and talk about it with your team if you have one. Sometimes I see myself as a brave warrior or a cutting edge scientist or an insightful artist. And really you're all of those things when you're game jamming, because you're doing something really brave. You're making something new and you're putting yourself out there and you're doing it semi-publicly for Global Game Jam. So good job on that. I highly, highly recommend that you follow the patented Tanya X Short Game Jam timeline that I've used for many, many years, and it's very, very helpful, which helps with scope without doing too much, project management details. On day one, you and your team solidify what are you making, and you get the project and the version control all set up, and then, if you can, the stretch goal for the first day is to get that first little interaction working. Day two, you make the game playable from start to finish in a basic way. On day three, it's much easier to just have polish and bug fixing and maybe adding a little more content here and there, start menu, credits, sound effects, particle effects, that sort of thing. Oh, one more thing. I do find that I do my best work when I've slept well and I've eaten well, but I'm not going to judge you if you decide not to. I mean, each person has their own preferred workflow. Just please make sure you're not a jerk to your teammates or your loved ones or family. As a result, if you're taking it out on them, it's not cool. So, and keep in mind, if you overwork, you might feel resentful that other people don't overwork. So maybe it's just easiest to take it easy, get a lot of sleep, do your best work, but you're going to do what you do. The important thing is that I believe in you. I really do. I don't know you probably, but I'm always inspired seeing what people make for every game jam, but especially Global Game Jam. I love that it's across the world, and I love that everybody has their own experiences and their own inspirations. I hope you're proud of what you make, and that this act of creation teaches you something new about yourself. Look inside yourself and ask what you have to say. It's a new year, for better or worse, and it's a new jam, and we have a new opportunity to be joyful. So good luck.
Hi, I'm Chase Bethia. I'm a professional freelance composer, technical audio designer for video games, and it's an honor to welcome you to the 2022 Global Game Jam. You may not realize it right now, but the jam you're about to take part in is about to change your life in some kind of good way, even if you're a returning jammer. You don't have time to build the perfect game, but you do have time to experiment and test a lot. The game will tell you what it likes and what it doesn't. It has a pulse, a flow, a feel, rhythm. Game Jams is not about crunch. It's about learning your limits. Yes, you have a brief amount of time to make something, but you only put the pressure you have upon yourself. You should be entering the jam with the goal of making a fun experience with friends in hopes that other friends will enjoy. It's okay to be competitive, but there is a line. This isn't the time to learn about how to burn out, but to practice pacing, strengthen communication and critical listening skills, and quality assurance with assets for context. This is where you learn so many things. If you're thinking about making game development a career, you can take this opportunity to see what goes into making one. At the end of the jam, you'll be able to assess if you wish to pursue it or have it be a hobby. Game jams should be perceived to build the best starting point. Create to play. And if you get more done or even finish the game your team set out to make, then that's icing on the cake. Game jams make opportunities. Over the years, we've seen so many successful game titles that were born from Global Game Jam, such as Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, and How to Do It, and more. Some games have spawned successful gaming studios. Those studios have created jobs for people that want to get their start in the gaming industry, earn a living, build a career, and do what they love to do, make games. I owe most of my career to game jams. If it wasn't for these, I would have struggled a lot more to get a portfolio started and even get work in the industry. I still game jam to this day because it's the best way to tap into my childhood creativity. Remember, to keep the fun alive, keep your mind open and ideas will flow naturally. Lose yourself in the jam. Be kind, stay hydrated and rested. Make stuff. Doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to get started. And once it does, it'll have a pulse, a rhythm, and a flow. And off you go. Have a great jam session.
Hi everyone, my name is Elaine Gomez. I am a game designer at Brass Lion Entertainment, which is a studio focused on creating worlds that center on Black, Brown, and other marginalized characters, cultures, and stories. I'm also proud to be one of the 6 co-founders of Latinx in Gaming and give developer-related support to the organization's many activations. I really wanted to share my short message with you all without reading my notes, but I don't want to screw it up, so please pardon me as I read along. I've had the privilege to be able to build my career around things that I stand up for and I'm passionate about. I'm so honored to have a few minutes to share a short message with you, and I want to thank Tim Collins and the Global Game Jam team for giving me this opportunity. I thought quite long and hard about what to share. There are so many things to touch on, like not overscoping, not forgetting to eat and staying hydrated, stepping away from the computer and getting moving, or not burning yourself out and taking care of your mental health. But instead of telling you things you shouldn't do, I wanted to focus on something I think you should do, and that is to grow. Challenging yourself in a way to make this Global Game Jam an experience to look back on and to be proud of something that you were able to accomplish that you normally wouldn't be able to do. Growing can take many forms, and it is especially does not mean perfection. If you take on something that you've always wanted to learn or wanted to do, and it's your first time doing it, cut yourself some slack, give yourself some grace. There's room for failure because failing is not a bad thing. Your art may not be beautiful, your scripting may not be clean, your designs may not be super polished, but it's functional, and that is something to be excited about. This is one of the things that I love about designing in game jams. You have limitations, and finding ways to use them to your advantage can really make for interesting problem solving. And growing doesn't just apply to development, it also applies to social skills. It can be uncomfortable to work with people you don't know, and working on a team with several people when you're used to working on your own. Find something that works for you and that is best for you, but use the internet to your advantage to make communication easier. I encourage y'all to create something you've never made before, something out of your comfort zone. If it's a new genre, a type of mechanic that you normally wouldn't, type of story that you have not been able to tell, go for it. Maybe you'll be surprised to find something new to enjoy about making games. What I'm saying may sound like cliche, happy-go-lucky message, but the reality is that growing is difficult. It's not comfortable. You will get frustrated, and sometimes the thing that you're trying to make is just not going to work for the time that you have. If you catch yourself spending too much time on something, take a step back, regroup, and find an alternative that will work for you and your team. Good luck, have fun, and enjoy this year's Global Game Jam. Bye.
All right, we started there. Okay. Okay, so everyone managed to get the the theme, duality. So the theme is wholly up to you to interpret it, how you want to find meaning in it, how you want to implement it. Could it be mechanics? Could it be the story behind it? Can it be narrative wise? It's all totally up to you. Right? So that's the fun part of Global Game Jam. We get to actually see what people come up with at the end of these 10 days, basically. And like as mentioned before, the diversifiers. For those of you who do not know what diversifiers are, let's just take a quick look at this. Diversifiers are extra conditions that you can apply upon your own game development to make things a little bit more challenging, right? So that there are sponsored diversifiers, there are like diversifiers about art and accessibility. For instance, if you use I see where you're coming from, the direction that sounds are coming from is displayed visually on screen. So these are additional things that you can try to achieve. There's no prize for it. There is no additional awards for it. But this is just to make things a little bit more, I'll say, fun and challenging. right? There's a whole bunch here. And when you upload your game, you actually can assign that, oh, you have actually applied this diversifier. So people that want to see all the other people that created this kind of diversified game will be able to find your game, right? So code, design, there's meta, right? There's narrative. So for example, this one is I can't pronounce this, but it's to include cryptography and ciphers in the gameplay or narrative of your game, right? Or you can even build your own metaverse, or rhyme or reason is all of your in-game dialogue, text, speech must rhyme, right? But it's fully optional, right? Don't stress out over it if you don't want to have it in the game, right? So yeah, so okay, first of all, does any of the pre-formed teams want to roll out with the generator or not? Can you all message in the group, or at least say no if you don't want to? The team leaders, we give a moment there. Saya tak mau, ya? Okay, fine. We shall force Chandra to have it. Right? Is anyone interested in it? Yeah, you can. So this year we allow it. All right. So it is opt-in this time round. Okay, so Oru probably opting out lah. Okay.
If you take it, you get bonus points with Ivan here.
You get extra pizza the next time we have a physical game jam, right? You have
Wow. Yeah.
2 slices more.
Yeah. You
Okay.
take it from the plates of people who didn't join for this.
Yeah.
NFT.
Non-fungible pizza. All right. So I am assuming that no one's into it yet. If you change your mind, you can always message us anytime lah. All right. So this time round we're going for free form for everyone. And then yeah, so reminder, please register yourself on the official Game Jam site, because you do want to be recorded there as attended this event, right? And also this is the main registration that you need to register for, because if you upload your game and such, it will be through this as well, right? So you want to be able to tie your user ID to the game, to this Game Jam itself, right? So make sure you're registered here. Join our itch site. So we have an itch.io site. This year, we will be trying to actually video record all your games and maybe see what we can do with itch.io in order to promote your stuff. So that's something that we'll be trying to do as well, right? And if you haven't already, join Discord. The Discord is a Games HQ Discord. We'll be communicating with you guys over there. Right, let me just bring you all to the Discord quickly, just to take a look. Then John will share a bit about the itch.io. Where's Discord? Sorry, I'm a bit of a noob when it comes to Discord. So in Discord, we have already created the groups for people who have given us their names, right? Like Team Unclaimed, Work From Home, Praise the Sun. Am I correct? Yeah, 222. Right. So these are the teams that have already given names to us already, right? So later on, once there's an ideas channel here. So when you fill the slides up, right, just post the links over here so people can check out your ideas, and then you communicate with them through Discord lah, or whichever means you have lah, right? Then when you form a new team and you have a new name, just let any one of us moderators know, and then we'll create a new channels for you. Right, we'll normally create one discussion channel and also one voice channel for each project itself lah. All right. Okay. So, having said that, let me jump back. Anything? Okay, I'm gonna pass the moment to John.
So hi guys, my name is John, and I'm here to talk about itch.io. So for those who are not familiar with itch.io, we will send the link later down in the chat for you to click into. It's very simple. You just need someone to register an account, and you have to create or upload an existing project onto our itch.io jam site, and you should be done. I would recommend everyone who is participating to create or upload a project first, but you don't have to directly upload a game. You can just create like a project page for it to ensure that you have a seat to upload your game later. One thing I've realized from the previous game jams that I've hosted and organized, that people struggle with deadlines, especially when last hour I would like to upload my game now and time strikes again. Time Wi-Fi strikes again. So don't do that. Try to create your projects early, join in first, and only one person needs to upload. He or she or they can put your name as contributors onto the page. If there's any questions that you don't know how to upload or any questions at all, feel free to ping us in the Discord channel, the discussion channels, or anyway, just ping admins or mods, and we will come over to help you. Or just PM me. That will work too.
Yeah.
That is all.
All right, thanks a lot. So don't forget on the 30th itself, right? Since it ends, there will be a lot of people uploading their stuff at those kind of times. So the servers might be a bit wonky and such, based on our past experience. So do remember to maybe upload early lah. Our itch.io page, which we'll share the link later again, will be open all the way until the end of the 30th lah. Right, then we'll close it. So why we want to create this page is so that when we do want to promote all the games that was made during Global Game Jam, so having them in one space here is easier for people to get to lah. Also, itch.io does have a very prominent presence in all those Twitch gamers and streamers and let's play videos, right? They do look for games on itch.io quite often, right? Okay. So that's about it on our end. So you already know the theme itself, duality. We'll put up the video if you want to watch it again. Is by all means, right? Have I missed anything? Thomas, Buzz, John, did I miss anything currently? I think that's anyone got any questions so far?
Sorry. Hello. Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Hi, Arif.
Yep.
Hello. I need to ask. Is this game jam? Does it have to be a group game jam, or can we just join individually?
For this time round, if you want to do it alone, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. But part of the fun is actually to like just jump in with someone or at least have one person join you so that there's a little bit of collaboration.
I see. All right.
But we are okay with it if you feel more comfortable that way, lah. Right?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Anyone else got any other questions? So remember the slides, the slides we will share the link. It's inside a Google folder. Make a duplicate of it, and then fill up your information here. So every project should have one of these. So even the pre-formed teams, even if you have your own team ready, you know what game you want to make, do put up the game here so that people can take a look at it, and maybe they might go and offer their services to you, right? If they particularly like it and you're okay with it, then you can bring them on. Okay. Any other questions from the audience? No? Any comments that you want to share? No? All right. And if nothing else, then we will actually call it for now, and we'll bring the entire session to Discord. So our team will be on Discord, not 24/7, but relatively often enough. So if anything, just message us there. All right. Okay. So not going to drag it any longer. Thank you very much for attending the briefing itself. We will see you guys next. Would be actually we will see on Wednesday, right? For those of you who are, how to put it, the Wednesday, where is it? Sorry, where I put it. The midpoint meetup. This is where we will see you guys again, just to have a quick catch up with what you guys are doing. All right. In the meantime, if anyone's having any problems with forming teams or such, do message us in Discord, and then we can talk to you there. All right. Okay. So thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed this year's Global Game Jam. Can't wait to see what comes out at the end of it. And don't forget to catch our bonus rounds, which are coming on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for those of you who are interested in it. All right. Thanks, and we'll catch you guys soon.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Stop recording.